full independent investigation.
Writing to the White House to demand who knew in advance that the president was going to once again flip-flop on tariffs.
And what I want to know, and we want to know, is what did Marjorie Taylor Greene know?
Well, the fear-mongering left are at it again. And this time, it's about insider trading. Because Trump imposed tariffs on other countries, and then he paused the tariffs. And they're saying that people close to Trump, or in his cabinet, or in his administration, knew it was going to happen, so they traded stocks and they made a fortune. And that's coming from the left, who never said one word about Nancy Pelosi and never questioned how Nancy Pelosi could be worth $114 million on a $200,000 per year congressional salary. That didn't matter to the Democrats because Pelosi was their girl. She was giving them, in my opinion, stock tips on when to trade and when to not trade. But they're all up in arms. Trump knows what he's doing. He's bringing all of these countries he's imposing tariffs on to the table. They all want to make deals. They don't want the tariffs. They're trying to save their people money, just like Trump is trying to save the American people money.
Full independent investigation into who was trading, who made money, who knew what, and when they knew it. You know, the American people have a right to know that policy is being made only with their interests in mind and not the individual financial interests of people in the Trump administration or Trump family that figure out how to make money on the side hustle. Is that just outright market manipulation occurring right in front of us? And how many side deals, backroom deals, deals back in the shadows are all going on at the same time as well? Look, it shouldn't be an investigation by Democrats or Republicans. It should be an independent investigation. And if the president and his cabinet and his family have nothing to hide, they should want an investigation like that. Let's just clear up the smoke here.
How concerned are you with this market fluctuation? And are you concerned that there could be members of the White House that are benefiting from it?
Absolutely. I'm writing to the White House to demand who knew in advance that the president was going to once again flip-flop on tariffs. And are people cashing in? There is just all too much opportunity for people in the White House and the administration to be insider trading, and you can't put it past them for a minute. So we're going to try to find out.
There's a good chance they'll just ignore you, though, right? Should there be some other independent investigation into this?
Well, I think Congress should do an investigation into this, but we're going to demand answers from the administration. I think you're right. They're likely to stonewall, particularly if they've been engaged in corrupt insider trading. But they won't be able to hide it for good. I mean, we know who's in the administration. We can look at eventually what people are buying and selling. This will come out. But an administration that has their own meme coins and is already engaged in self-interested dealing when Elon is doging agencies that are doing oversight of his own businesses, in that kind of corrupt climate, you have to assume the worst, and we're going to try to find out.
And what I want to know, and we want to know, is what did Marjorie Taylor Greene know before that announcement happened? And what stocks did she and her family trade leading up to that announcement?
So Liz Warren wants a full investigation on who was trading, who made money, and who knew about it. But again, she never asked a single question about Nancy Pelosi, never asked a single question about her Senate leader, Chuck Schumer. Oh no, whatever they're doing is fine, because as far as I'm concerned, Chuck Schumer got his info from Pelosi, and then Schumer told Warren what to trade. And then you had Adam Schiff, one of the most crooked politicians this country has ever seen. He's writing the White House. He wants to know who knew about it, when they knew about it, and if there's any insider trading going on. Adam Schiff, you know him, the king of Russian collusion, the Hunter Biden laptop. This guy is on social media every single day, squawking all his nonsense because they all know. I'm sorry I always say this. They all know they're all going down as soon as all the information is put together and comes out. These crooked politicians are going to pay the ultimate price for all the fraud from all their years in Congress. And then there's Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia from California, he's worth $29 million on $180,000, $200,000 per year congressional salary. $29 million. A far cry from Pelosi's $114 million. How is he worth that kind of money? He must be a trading genius. Liz Warren, she has an estimated net worth today of about $8 million on the same congressional salary. Liz Warren doesn't look that smart to me. She certainly doesn't speak smart. Everything she says makes zero sense. All she is a fear-mongering Democrat. And then Adam Schiff has a very low net worth, around $2 million that we know of. You know, the king of Russian collusion. Who knows what he's got tucked away somewhere? This is the guy who's preaching more than most Democrats because he's trying to save his ass. He doesn't want to go to prison. The left have nothing left. No pun intended. They have nothing left. Now they're going to use the tariffs as a talking point to try to, let's impeach Trump. Trump's insider trading. He's making all his people rich. Number one, Donald Trump is a billionaire. Donald Trump does not take a salary from the federal government or the American people to be the president. He's doing it to save this country. And the more and more and more we see the left out protesting and preaching how corrupt Donald Trump is, only tells you that the left are the ones who are corrupt. Because we've all heard this before. The more you say something and the more people hear it, the more they believe it. And that's what the Democrats are all about. Keep putting it out there, the same story, day after day after day. And sooner or later, it's going to be ingrained in their brain. They are going to believe it. Trump doesn't operate that way. He's no holds barred, says it like it is, and the Democrats can't handle it. So this is what their new thing now. They're going to be calling for investigations on insider trading from Donald Trump and his family and his cabinet members and whatever else. They are imploding. They really, really believe that Donald Trump is a criminal. From all the false trials and false accusations and the false guilty verdicts from the scam indictments, we all know it's Democrats at play. They tried so hard to bring Trump down, and they didn't succeed. And they know now it's his turn to go after them. They all know they're guilty. They all know they've committed fraud their entire careers, and they all know if they keep talking about it, people might believe it and say Trump is the bad guy. Well, guess what? They can talk all they want, they can preach all they want, they can lie all they want, but the bottom line is this: every single corrupt Democrat in Congress will go down within these next 4 years. There is no way they will survive because they have nothing to stand on. Their whole careers are lies and frauds and scams. They know it, you know it, all of the American people know it. And it's my belief that it's only a matter of time before the indictments start coming down on all these loudmouth leftists for fear-mongering the American people, trying to convince them that our country is in a downward spiral because Donald Trump is president again. So stay tuned. Watch the news if you can stand it, because it's all lies. The Democrats have nothing. And as days go by, they keep talking about something else. All of a sudden, they forgot about DOGE. They forgot about it. They forgot about the education department. You don't hear about it. Today, it's insider trading. So the other lies didn't work. So now they're going to try this one and see if anybody buys into it. They're unbelievable. They are the destruction of this country, and they're all going to be stopped. So again, stay tuned because it only gets better.